Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here with the Artisan Zero. This is everyone's favorite mouse pad, it seems. It's talked about a lot. It's just a really good mouse pad, man. There's really nothing bad to say. Obviously, we have this Japanese quality, well done stitch. I mean, listen, the stitching on this is impeccable. Hand stitched. This is just such a beautiful, like, this is one of those mouse pads that I don't even want to use. Like, as soon as I took it out the box, I said, listen, man, this looks like some quality cloth. I don't even want to mess with it, but it is pretty nice. Now, as you guys can see, I do have an Aqua Control Plus by X-Ray pad. This has been the mouse pad that I've had across my desk for 5 years. I've washed it 2 or 3 times. I've discussed that before, and it's in great condition. I only wash it because on the left-hand side, you can't see over here, but you know, my keyboard's over here and stuff, and you know, your wrist and your skin rubs up on there, so eventually you do get some skin. But I like everything to look nice and black, so every few months I do wash it, just because, you know, it does kind of start looking a little weird. But I mean, this quality, this Japanese, I mean, listen, man, the Japanese just have this incredible pride, this humbling, honorable just pride in creating amazing products, right? Like, I own a Nissan 370Z, right? I've had that car for 8 years. If you didn't know that, if you didn't know this, Z's and GTRs are made in Japan, and there's a reason why those cars are incredible, right? So this is no different, ladies and gentlemen. We've got just a beautiful, amazing piece of art here. Now, this is a control pad, right? And a lot of people like to say that, right? But I personally feel like it's a little bit faster than a control pad. Like, you know, it's super smooth to the touch. It has no problems gliding and anything, but it does have a little bit of speed. Now, obviously, I think the cool thing about the cloth and the material is that you have this ability to have a little bit of that stopping power, no problems, but yet it doesn't like drag, or it doesn't feel like the mouse pad is fighting you. You really feel like you can glide when you need to, you can slow down when you have to, you know, you can flick, you can do all these things and have no problem. So this mouse pad, I would say, although it is great for tactical shooters, I do think this is good for dynamic shooters too. Like, I could play Destiny 2 with this mouse pad, no problem. I could play split gate. Shoot, I used this mouse pad when I was playing Marvel Rivals for 6 months straight. I played Marvel Rivals from January all the way to last month. All right, and this thing, no issues. Dynamically, boom, left, right, up, down, no problems. The only thing that I will say is it does pick up a lot of skin, a lot of dry skin, and just like the swiping and stuff. So you got to be super careful. I been using this mouse. Obviously, I've discussed in this channel that the GPX is like my main mouse. And the way this mouse fits in my hand, I don't have a lot of palm contact or this part of my hand that really touches the mouse too much. And if it does, it's very subtle, like it's not too much. Now, when I use this mouse pad, I do have a little bit more that touches. So I do get a little bit of drag, but that's a me problem, right? That's not a mouse pad problem, that's a me problem. So with that, if you are that type of person, just beware that your hand, especially in the area where you're gonna be using this mouse pad, I have kind of felt that it does pick up the skin a lot. Now, I'm not going to tell you to wash this thing. I'm not going to tell you to do that. And I'm also not going to say what I'm going to say next for you to do. But what I do like to do is I like to get a mouse, Microsoft microfiber cloth. I can't speak. Put a little bit of alcohol and just kind of disperse it, and then wipe the mouse pad really good. And that seems to kind of pick up a lot of the dirt, a lot of the skin cells. Obviously, there are tutorials on YouTube of how to clean out Artisan, but just understand, like any mouse pad, especially these, if you do wash it, understand that it will and can change the feel of the mouse pad. So that's something that you really got to be aware of. Again, I'm not going to recommend you do that. I've done that with the X-ray pad just because this, again, I've said is the bottom. And then I haven't done it with this or any of my actual mouse pads at all, just because I don't feel too comfortable doing that, and I don't want to mess up the feel. But if you do, just understand that that can't happen. I've just been doing the alcohol thing, and I think Artisan actually recommends that you don't use that. But I found that that helps, so I've been doing that. Again, I'm not saying to do that. Artisan doesn't want you to do that, but you know, obviously it's our mouse pads, it's at our own risk. But I've noticed that it does kind of help with the cleaning. As far as the bottom, it does slide a little bit, but obviously, again, that is a me problem. If I didn't have this mouse pad under here, I could just stick it to the desk, no issue, and it would stick just easily. But again, this mouse pad is dope. I like it. Now, the only thing for me is the pricing. It is an expensive mouse pad. Like, I think I got this from GPS Gaming, which is a US official artisan retailer, and they sell them, and they're a great company. So if you do live in the US and you do want to buy an official 100% authentic mouse pad from Artisan GPS Gaming, I have the link down below so you guys can buy any Artisan from there. I got it from there. No issues, no problem with shipping. Obviously, it does come in a flat box, so that's pretty cool. And again, I mean, listen, tactical dynamic shooters, just understand the skin thing that I was telling you about. Now, I will say the sizing is the only thing that kind of gets to me a little bit, because, okay, I don't know if you guys can see this. Let me see if I can. Nah, I can't back it up. But just say that I have the mouse pad all the way at the edge. Just because this wire, there is that two-step level between both mouse pads. Sometimes I do feel like the cable does drag a little bit here, but again, that's a me problem. That's just how my setup is. And I do feel like sometimes, and I don't know if that's just because I've gotten used to 500 by 500, I do feel like I come off sometimes off the mouse pad. That could just be user error. Obviously me, it has nothing to do with the mouse. It's just, I probably should have gotten like a bigger mouse pad. But the sizing and the pricing is, for me, it's a little bit too expensive. But I do think that the pricing and the quality is up there. So that is why I own two Artisan mouse pads. I own the Zero and the Rating, and I haven't had no issues and no regrets at all. Like, I definitely think that, I mean, the quality, dude, come on. I've had this for like 6, 7, 8 months, and this thing is still nice. And I just told y'all I used it for 6 months, so it's not too bad. All right. If you've been thinking about getting this mouse pad, I definitely feel like this is what I would say the starter mouse pad. If you don't know exactly where to start with mouse pads and you've been thinking about getting one, because you kind of get the balance of both worlds of not too fast, not too slow. You do get some control aspects to it and a little bit of speed too. So it is a good starting mouse pad. Now, I do have my other video where I talk about the X-ray pad, not this one, but the Aqua Control Plus V2. And I also think that is a great starter mouse pad. I forgot to say that in the video, but I definitely do think so. I would say these are mouse pads that have definitely showed up and have made waves, and they are definitely strong contenders, especially if you're looking for something different, something new. Maybe you're using a mouse pad that, you know, you feel like you want something different. This is definitely a step up, and you will not regret it. So that's all I wanted to talk about. Nothing crazy. If you guys are looking for a mouse pad for different types of shooters and you kind of want to be able to just use one mouse pad, I definitely recommend the Artisan Zero. It's a great mouse pad. You won't regret it. Anyways, that's all I got to say for today. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.